this final bit, I'm just going to do a little playing around with making the layout fit the original. Don't know how this is going to work, but I figure hopefully I'll be able to say something that will kind of at least teach you what my mental process is when I'm going through this. Okay, so you can see where the patterns are. Actually, I want to bring up my layers panel so I can lock the appropriate layers. I want to have the background, the pattern, the model. Those are actually, they weren't locked. I want them locked so I don't actually accidentally move them. And so I'm going to move around the sections. Okay, I'll start with the bottom. So we know the bottom section, we want these titles. Okay, the way I'm going to do this, we want the titles to move down, but that's going to then overlap with. Okay, I'm aware as I'm doing this that if I'm going to shrink everything, and that's going to make the text too small, so I'll need to redo that. Actually, I'll start with shrinking the. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so we can see better where that pattern ends. Oh, in fact, what will help with that is, see, I'm wanting to go back and look at the model because I want to see, yeah, the pattern stops at these lines on the bottom. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to unlock the background layer because I want. I realize you can't see it. I want this gray to be just as tall as the pattern. So I'm going to shrink that down a bit. Okay. I'm also going to shrink these down because we know those shouldn't go that high either. Okay, so that part looks good. And the top looks good. Let's see, I'll zoom in to be, actually I think we really need to have this title bit be large. In fact, I'm going to, oh, not that large. Well, it could be that large. Is that going to be problematic? I'm going to start by having it be that large, and we'll see. That might just be a little bit too overwhelming, but I think it's important that it extend over and not be so tucked up in the corner. So we'll start with that. Okay, so now let's lock that and see how that's going to impact your work. Okay, so we know we need to move these down. Actually, the Venn diagram isn't too bad. I should get all of these so I can move them all at once. Oops. Okay, I'm also going to I'm going to bring back the internal, or the helping one. I want to be sure I line up to the left. On the bottom, I'm getting zooming in close so you can see this, so I can see the details. Okay, I've got this text that now is not in a good spot, so I'm going to push that down. Okay. I don't know how that got warped. Okay, clearly the scatter plot here is getting a little out of bounds, so I need to shrink it. What is that? Oh, contractors, that was a label for this guy. Okay, you know, I'm seeing, having boxes like this, I know how, I've been there and I know how that happens, but it's hard to move things around when they occupy so much extra space. So I'm going to delete that. I'm going to delete that box, and then if I just click and type there, I've got contractors, and it's just that size, so that'll be better. Okay, so I'm wanting to keep the scatter plot intact. So I realized you can't see all of this. So there we go. So I'm selecting all of the scatter plot, but I don't want to. I want to unselect. I'm holding down Shift to unselect the title, so I can shrink it down. I did that because I accidentally unselected it. Okay, shrink it down. I need to bring this in. I need to change the proportions. Okay, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to focus on just resizing things so they fit. Okay, so now we have this center row needs to all get pulled down because it's now bumping into the top part. And here I've got this empty space and this timeline, and I'm thinking, let's make that fit down there. And clearly, okay, I've got overlapping things. I'm going to drag it over here. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. And again, yeah, I can see, I'm sure this was frustrating for you. You've got these bits of text that are in these boxes. So let's get them out of the boxes. Again, I selected all the text, I'm deleting the box, and then oh, you can't see that. I'm going to use the text tool. Just click and paste. And there I have your bit of text, all nice and tidy. I selected the text with the text tool. Now I'm deleting that box. I'm just pasting. Oh, I didn't need to select the text tool again. I select the text, Control X, delete the box, just Control V to paste it back in. This is a lot easier to work with now. Control X, select it, delete it, paste the text back in. Control X, select that box, delete it, paste. Control X, select the box, delete it, paste. Okay, so now we've got something that's a lot easier to work with. Okay, it's dark because I don't have it on the background. I'm going to select it all. Actually, I know it's a little too big, so I'm going to tuck these in so it will fit the space better. And what is that line? Did I lose your, oh, that's probably your, sorry about that, your timeline line. Okay, so I'm going to cut it. That was with Control X. Then I'm going to paste it in here. Now I'm going to want to be sure I've got that right buffer in between these. But look, it fits there quite nicely. So now we have some space to fill here. But I'm going to stop there. I realize maybe you're like, you totally messed up my display. We've got a lot of work to do. Oops. I paused because I realized somehow your title got... Let's do one more thing. One more thing, which is when we look at the model and the title fits in this perfect box, and it also has a background that has no hashes. Okay, so I'm aiming for that. I want to make your title fit in a perfect box. And actually, I already did if we leave out the icon, but I assume you're going to want to keep that. I can't remember if I already said it would be really nice and handy if we made the icon just all white, but I won't. Again, I don't know how important that is for your icon, so I don't want to mess with that. Okay, I'm upping the size of this text because what I'm wanting to do, let's see, I'm going to left align it. I'm wanting to see if I can tuck that Actually, I know I can, because what I can do is, well, I'll resize it. I'm going to do a combination. I'm going to resize that to make it just the height of the big text. And again, I realize this may not be what you want, but in terms of the way you work with your symbol. But there, that makes this nice rectangular collection. I'm going to group these so I can move them around easily. And then I'm going to put the pattern back. And then what I want to do is make a box that's just red. Okay, I'm going to hide. I'm going to show you this. Oops, can't show you it there. I'm going to hide the pattern layer so I can see that red box. Change my box to be red. Reveal the pattern layer again. Oh, and the reason I can't see the text is because I've hidden it with this box, so I'm going to right click on that and arrange and send to back. So there we go. So we're kind of getting at what the model had. I don't know if I made the box quite the right size. I would test that. But we're getting there. Okay, I can stop for now.